Hi, on this video we will see how to give the user the opportunity to comment a design and rate it, but I will leave the mission of creating the previous comments list to the next video. At the beginning, let's start at SQL Server and create the new necessary tables. So Control C, Control V. Let's start by create the first table, which is the design comment. This table will be responsible on saving the comments that has been added by user for each design. So there is something called here comment ID, then the design ID, the title and the comment and the user who has added this comment and the publish date of the comment. So let's execute this query. Okay, and this is the table I have just created. Let's create the other table, which is the design rate. This will hold the rate from 1 to 5 added by each user. And finally, the design comment like dislike. This table will be responsible on saving each like or dislike added by a user on each comment. Okay, let's refresh our tables. Let's go to the diagram and make the necessary connections. So let's add a table here and add those three tables: design comment like dislike, and design rates. Add, close, 1, 2, and 3. So let's first connect the design ID from the design table with the design ID in the design comment table. And I have to make the delete cascading. So when a design got deleted, all of its related comments got deleted accordingly. Okay. And I will have to connect the user ID as well. And delete rule cascade. Okay. Now let's add a link here between the comment ID and the comment ID. Cascade as well. And by the way, it will be a fatal mistake if you connect the user ID here with the ID here, because this table is already linked to that table indirectly through the comment table. And the user ID here is not the ID of the user who has added the comment. Remember that it's the user who either like or dislike this particular comment. So it's supposed to be a different user than the user who has added the comment. So it's a big mistake to link this field here with the user ID here. Okay, now the design rate has to be connected with the design. Okay, and it has to be connected with the user ID as well. And if the user got deleted, the related design rate should be deleted accordingly. Now let's save all. Yes. Okay, now let's close this diagram. And the first thing to do when you return back to Visual Studio is to update the entity framework model by going to the models and go to model 1 and right click update model from database. Then select all the tables belonging to the data schema. Finish. And here we go. Close and save. Now let's go ahead and open our design file and copy the following HTML and paste it here directly beneath the table. So this div element that contains the following panel occupies 5/12 of the entire page's width. So let's save all and see how this is gonna look like. Okay, this is how the panel is gonna look like. Now if you right click here, inspect, you can notice that this is not a text box, this is a span element, and directly beneath it there is a input which is a text box and has a display equal none. This one as well is just a div element, it's not a text box, and there is a real text box here with the display equal none as well. So what is the purpose of those two fake elements? The purpose of those two fake elements that when they got clicked, they will test whether there is an authenticated user or not. If there is no authenticated user, it will redirect the user to the sign-in page. If there is currently an authenticated user, however, this control and this control will be hidden, and those two controls will be visible. And the reason why this one is not occupying the entire width is that if you right click inspect here, the maximum width here set inside the content.css has been set to 280 pixels. So in order to override this property, just go to the CSS and design, and let's copy this text here and paste it here. So we are only interested about the input type equal text, and we will erase the rest here and then close the curly bracket once again, and I will type here none. So there is no limit for the maximum width. Now if you refresh, this is the input field. Okay. Notice also that there is a div element here, got the ID of this rate. This div element is empty by default, and the only purpose for this div element will be to enable the user to rate this design. So in order to be able to rate a design, let's install the Ratey plugin. And in order to install the Ratey plugin, go to Google and just type Ratey. Okay, this is our plugin here, so let's click it and click on clone or download, then download zip. And after the download complete, double click the Ratey.master, just drag the Ratey master to the root folder, and I will rename the Ratey folder by adding the word plugin at the beginning. In order to connect this with the design.aspx, go here and open the lib jQuery Ratey.css and jQuery Ratey.js as well. Okay. Now let's see how this plugin is gonna work. Go to JS and open design.js, pin it, then at the end here, so I guess this is the end of the table, end of table, comment and read, then start by typing the following: jQuery this rate element dot Ratey. And this is the options for the Ratey plugin. The first option here is a path, and the path is the location where the images the plugin uses located, like the yellow star image for example. Directly inside the folder plugin dash Ratey dash master slash lib slash images, as the images folder is a folder contains the stars that we are going to use for the plugin. Okay, the second property is the size. I will set the size to 30, and the star of image will be star dash off dot png, whereas the star on will be equal to star on dot png. And the last thing, what will happen when the user click on the Ratey? The following function. We have a hidden element here, has an ID of hidden rate. This hidden element will take the responsibility of saving the user's rate from 1 to 5. So I will type here the element hidden rate dot val will be equal to the returned score. That's all for the Ratey plugin. So let's save all and refresh here. Okay, here we go. There is 5 stars here, and if you click here and inspect the element, notice what happened to the hidden. This is our hidden here. If you click, seems that there is an error. So hidden rate dot val equals score. We forgot something here, that the function has 2 arguments, the score and the event. Save back again and refresh. Now let's right click inspect, and this is our hidden. click here. Okay, now the hidden value is 4. Click on the 3. Now the hidden value is 3. Cool. Now, in order for the jQuery code to know whether there is a currently authenticated user or not, I will go to the gws.asmx as usual. At the end here, I will type the following function. So this method will return 1 in case there is an authenticated user, and will return 0 in case there is no authenticated user. Then go to the design.js and add the following function. Actually, let's add, instead of a function, let's define a new variable called isAuthenticated. Type here jQuery.postFunction GWS plus the function isAuthenticated function. So on complete, what will happen? This function has an argument called result. So if result equals 1, then the variable is authenticated will be equal to true, else is authenticated will be equal to false. When either this label or this dev element got clicked, do the following. So this label has the ID of label comment title. So let's copy it and paste it here. Whereas this dev element has the ID of dev comment text. So copy it and paste it here. Okay. The action is click function. Now I will type if is authenticated, then do the following. There is a button here, by the way, side by side with the OK button, called the cancel button, and its current display is none. So I will immediately show this cancel button, btn cancel.show. Okay, the label comment title will be hidden, and also the dev comment text will be hidden as well. Two controls has to be shown. The first one is this one, which is text comment title dot show, whereas the second one is text comment text, this text area. Then the last thing here is that I want the focus to be on the text comment title text box. So else, in other words, if there is no authenticated user at the moment, document.location.href equals to the login page which located inside the account folder, and the return URL query string will be equal to tilde design question mark ID query string equals to design ID. Remember that we have already defined the design ID before to be equal to the query string ID. So this will redirect the user to the login page, and after he login successfully, he will be redirected again to the same page. Now let's save all and test this. In order to test it, let's rebuild. Let's now refresh, and since there is an authenticated user at the moment, if I click here, there is an error here. So let's find out where is the error. There is an additional dot here. Save all, refresh. Okay, now let's click here. Okay, it works fine. Now let's log off and return back to the same page. Now there is no current user. If the user clicks here, he will be redirected immediately to the login page, and notice here the return URL. So if he log in with his user credentials and then click here, it's okay. Now it's working. Now let's see what will happen when the user clicks the cancel button. So by clicking the cancel button, we will reverse the whole process by making the unhidden hidden and vice versa, and also by hiding the cancel button. Let's go here and let's copy the ID for the cancel button. jQuery btn cancel.click function, and copy those lines here and reverse them. This one I will get rid of, and this one will be hidden, and this one will be show. Okay, very easy. Let's refresh. Let's click here. Let's click on the cancel button. But let's try something here. Actually, there is a problem here with this one. I have forgotten the hash. So by clicking here, let's try to type any sentence. I am really happy with the design. If I press the enter button now, I wouldn't be able to move to a new line. And why is that? Because remember, on the previous video we have written this code here in order not to send the page automatically while pressing the enter key. So 13 is the enter key code. To deactivate this code temporarily, once this control got focused, I will make it off. So let's copy this one, Control C, and let's go here to the def comment text. Okay, copy it by clicking the control and drag, and the event here will be focus and function, and when blur there is another function. Okay, now let's type both functions here. Here I will type, instead of on key press, off key press. Then for the blur function, I will copy the exact lines here. Control V. Okay, now let's save all and let's copy, Control C, let's refresh. Now Control V, enter. Seems that there is a problem, and yes, I got it. I should have copied this element name instead of this one. Okay, let's go back and refresh. Click here, type anything, enter. Okay, now it's working, and once we click on OK or cancel, the page will return back. So if I modified anything here, press the enter key, no problem, the page will not post back. Okay, now let's type the code by which we can save the comment and save the rate as well. So since this code is too long, I will copy it from Notepad and paste it and discuss what I have already done. And there is an error here. Okay, this is the add command method. It accepts 4 arguments: the design ID, the rating, the title, and the comment. And notice here that we want something to happen, that the user shouldn't have to add a title and a comment in order to rate a design. He should be able to rate the design and click OK immediately. So just remember that when typing the code. Also notice that if a user rated a design with 3, for example, then returned later and rated with a different rate, the old rate should be replaced with the new rate for that particular user. This is what I have already written here. So this is a cross check that the user is already authenticated in order not to add the user ID as a blank record. Now dem user ID equals user.identity.getUserID, and if the rating is bigger than 0 and less than 6, this is also another check that the rating is within the limit. Dem count, and the count rate by user is investigating that the user has already rated this particular design before or not. So for example, if the count rate by user equals 0, this implies that the user hasn't rated this design before. So a new record will be created. If it is not, the code here will update the currently existing record inside the database. Then save the changes in either cases. If comment not equal blank, as I told you, the user should be able to comment without typing any comment title or comment body. So in case the comment has a value, a new record should be added to the comment table. Dem user comment as new design comment. Then the user comment.user_id will be equal to the user ID, and the design ID equal to the design ID. And this is the publish date, taking into consideration the differences that might exist between the time of the country, the website service, and the website's server time, as we have already discussed in a previous video. Then checking whether the title has a value or not in order to save it. User comment.comment will be equal to comment, then add the new comment, then save the changes. Very easy and straightforward. Now let's add the function that will handle this code inside the design.js. So the function I'm gonna type here will be this function. Copy, paste. This is the save comment button, and when got clicked, var rating equal hidden rate.val, as we have described before, and this is the comment will be equal to the text comment text.val, and this is the title of the comment, and this is the please wait icon. So if you copy this one here and paste it here to search it, okay, this is the div please wait. Actually I have typed it twice, and this is how it is displayed currently. So I will set its display to inline block instead of hidden, and then I will call the post function, add comment, then the design ID should be equal to the design ID that we have already defined before, and the rating equal to the rating, title equal to the title, comment equal to the comment, and this is a function. So after posting to the GWS, what will happen? Alert, saved successfully, then button cancel.trigger click, and again this will reverse the entire process by hiding the unhidden and vice versa. Then finally, after the post function completes, the please wait indication should hide back. Okay, so this makes sense. Let's save all, and actually let's rebuild and refresh our page. I will give the comment title. Let's rate here first. Let's type here fantastic, for example. I really appreciate the effort done. Thanks a lot. Okay, let's press the OK button. Okay, now we have succeeded to save this record and save the rating. By pressing OK, everything will become hidden again. And let's check here the database. So design comment, right click, edit top 200 rows. Okay, we have a row here with the comment ID of 1, and this is the user ID, and this is the publish date. And let's go here to the design rate, right click, edit top 200. Okay, we have a rate here of 5. Now let's modify this rate for the same user and click OK. Let's refresh. Now it has been updated to 3. And on the next lesson, we will add the list of the previous comments here beneath this panel. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, please press like.